Hi guys, so in this video I thought I would go back through my old Tool Sai files. Now I have quite a lot of Tool Sai files that I've completely forgotten what are actually in them, because I used to name them random things and some of them are just so old I just can't remember where they are, what they're doing on my computer, and some of them were even in my OneDrive from my old computer, so I don't even know what saved and what didn't. So I thought it'd be really interesting to go back through my old Tool Sai files to see what we can find. So first of all, I'm recording with my live stream software because it's the easiest to film both at the same time, and then I can edit it with it being one clip, and I think that will be the easiest way to do it. So I'm not live streaming this to the public, I'm just recording locally, well obviously. So we have a lot of cringeworthy stuff. I can actually see little thumbnails of each of the pieces, and yes, this was one that I did of my character Amelia. You'll see Amelia a lot. She is a redhead. She is actually the early formation, I think, of Loki, so that's how Loki came to be more prominent, and also her personality and everything. Amelia was the main basis for Loki. But oh my god, look at those hands, just oh my god, no. Zoe, what were you thinking? Oh my god. So this file was actually a picture that I did for a friend, and it's so bad. Like, it's so cringeworthy. It suffers from big head syndrome. It suffers from everything. I really don't like it. Okay, you will actually see that there's a signature on it that says MA or ZMA. Basically, my old DeviantArt username was Midnight Angel. That was like one of the really old incarnations of my username. So MA stands for Midnight Angel, but it could also stand for Mariner, like the first two letters of my surname. So, and ZMA could stand for Zoe Mariner Art or Mariner Art, so it could be either or, which is great because I could mix and match what it actually meant. So you'll see that quite a lot. And my A's, I used to do them like stars, and sometimes I still do. So, oh god. And you can actually see that I use a lot of line work layers. Lots and lots of line work layers. Oh my god. Okay, I'm actually selecting something. That's why it came up really badly. Okay, I like the chair. I do not like the hands. I don't like anything else. I suppose the proportioning is not too bad. Oh my god. But like, without the colour, it just looks so much more terrible than I think it's ever gonna be. The chair's not bad. If only it had some colour, like, to show its depth, but other than that, it's so bad. It's so bad. As you might have guessed, this might be a long video. Oh my god. So this is the next one. This was done in 2012. Now, as you can kind of see of the title, like if you look closely, I used to post my drawings to DeviantArt and sometimes do them on site when I got home, and I used to copy and paste the images from my DeviantArt at the time. So Midnight Angel 273 was actually my username way back when. This is 2012, I'm pretty sure it was. But if you silence the actual traditional sketch, there is no faces to the characters. No faces! Talk about soulless creature. Oh my god, no. Just no. Why? Why is this? Oh my. We won't even. Oh, this one had another picture to it, and it was even worse than this one. It was like a slightly like 3/4 view. Now, I just want to explain the nose kind of thing. Now, because I know this will come up in the comments, and it has come up in the comments quite a few times. So, my characters, like, they weren't exactly human. They were like, you know, the 80s, 90s chipmunks, like Alvin and the Chipmunks, kind of that thing. Yeah, for some reason I got into that fandom and it all spiraled from there, and I think that's where the whole thing just completely snowballed into other things. So a lot of my artwork has noses that were like triangles, but I mean, it's all not too bad, but this one is just terrible. It's got cheekbones up here, so of course it's terrible. It's so bad. Help me. Okay, so this was, it looks so wrong. Like, okay, fishnet tights, like, why on earth? These are supposed to be brides. Like, they don't look like brides whatsoever. They look like something else entirely, which I'm not going to even specify. Oh god. What was I on? Probably a lot of J2O and sleepless nights. That's basically my high school experience. This one I really don't like because the patterns and the rainbow just do not go well together. Like, what even was in my brain capacity for this one? I just don't like it at all, and it just makes me cringe. The colour schemes and everything, it goes wrong on every single level. I remember doing this one. Okay, the character behind Amelia is actually a character named Geordie, and that one obviously doesn't belong to me. It belongs to an internet friend from like way back when. Way back when, as in, I think 2012, 2013. I had a lot of friends on DeviantArt. I was more so on DeviantArt than I was on YouTube at the time. So it was more DeviantArt related topics, and sometimes that can be a bit crazy. So the last one that I actually have on my desktop, the rest are in another folder. So these are the ones that I plucked from my OneDrive, so these are just cringe-worthy as hell. As the top actually says, it says sketches in maths, and this was one of my sketches in a maths lesson, which was even better. Ugh, even better for cringing. Oh, it's so bad. Like, on every level. The cheekbones, the hands, the body proportions, everything is so wrong. I just want to like delete it from my entire history. But the one thing I did actually say during high school to one of my friends was every drawing is an improvement. Whether it turns out worse than the last one, it makes you realise how many mistakes are in your artwork, and I think that's an important thing to remember, especially when you're drawing or learning to draw. This is actually a newer save file. So this was like a sketch dump. I think I did this on a live stream as well, but it was like way before the live streams of YouTube. So it was only to a few of my friends who ever saw this live stream, and it was on Join Me or join.me, depends how you want to say it. But yes, this was a sketch dump done on live stream, and it's pretty intricate. It has all the characters and like all the pairings that were at the time in the actual group. I found a folder which is great. More cringeworthy. So, mid-2013, I started to really get into total drama, or like Total Drama Action, Total Drama World Tour. Any of you guys who watch those shows, I really like those as well. I was one of those people who watched it avidly because one of my friends on DeviantArt, her name's Emma, she got me into it, and this is what happened. So we had this own superhero AU, which I added Amelia to, and I kind of changed up the style, so I kind of went in a different direction a little bit in 2013. I kind of like mixed my style with Disney and Total Drama, and I basically tried to meld together a style in that year, and I think 2013 is the year of many differences to my art style. So as you can see, it's got this picture. So we have this one. This was meant to be an animation. That is why there are two separate pieces of line. So there's this, and then there is this. And then there's this other picture underneath, which I completely forgot about. Let's just turn up the thing on this one. Okay, I'm pretty okay with this one. The foreshortening is not too bad. I mean, I didn't mess it up completely, but like the length of that skirt is really questionable. And my proportioning of like the whole area of the waist and the legs, like in between there, is like really bad. And you can see where the kind of like eye shape came from, like, because that was the sort of eye shape that I used at the time. Amelia's superhero name was Andromeda. Now, for those who don't know, Andromeda is the name of a galaxy in, like, the nearest galaxy to the Milky Way. So I thought that would be a really good name. And this is also where the concepts for Loki began. So I was designing the concepts for Loki at the same time this was going on, and Loki's early designs really resemble this detailed superhero-esque kind of style. So if you want to see those at any given point, I think they're in my sketchbook updates, but if you want to see them during the live streams and I've got them to hand, please ask me, because they are so bad, but they actually indicate that it was going on at the same time, and it was really interesting to note that. This is terrible. Okay, so this picture was of Amelia and Kyle belonged to my friend Bryony, who also roleplayed at the time. She doesn't now, but she was also my friend in real life, so it was really easy to roleplay with her and get a direct answer completely. And it was really nice. As you can see about Amelia's dress, it's very Frozen inspired. It's more Fire Elsa inspired. So the next one is of Amelia in the style of Frozen. Now this was when I recently just got the Art of Frozen book back in late 2013, and it was really cool to have that book because I could reference and draw from it, and this was directly traditionally drawn from the book. And it's really cool to think about how I actually drew from that book, and I still have it. It's still on my bookshelf. I really like the textures and the patterns and stuff, and it's so pretty. It's actually to scale as well. The head's a little big, but like, to be honest, I think that is the whole Disney-esque sort of style creeping in at the same time. Also Total Drama, because it was like a mix of the two, so of course it would be a little bit bigger than normal. the little button nose, that's literally where the style from Melissa kind of came along with her nose, because she has like a tiny little button nose. It's adorable. The hair I'm actually alright with, and I like the striped effect because it gives that hint of shading. Again, Total Drama-esque shading. So this was one of the many characters that I drew in the style of the Frozen characters, and I also put my own little spin and twist on it. And this character's name is Becca. She belonged to my friend Bryony, and yeah, it was a mix of a Disney style and also Total Drama, so it's like a mix of both, and I think it came out pretty well. I mean, the proportion's a lot better because the head's a lot smaller than normal. But it's pretty cool, like, to think about all of the different things. So this next one was of Amelia and Kyle, and the final version of this picture is actually, she's in darkness and he's sucking the light energy out of her. So he's sucking away all of her personality, all of her joy, everything. That's basically what this one represents, more so. And it was called Dancing with the Devil because obviously I was listening to that song and I was obsessed with it at the time. And some of my artwork was very heavily influenced by types of music. Even to this day, it's still inspired by music, which is cool. I like how music can inspire artwork, but oh my god, that hair has no logic whatsoever. Oh my gosh. In the way that I really like the hair being striped in the shading, I don't like it. So it works in some pictures, but in other pictures it just works really badly. My childhood, oh, my internet childhood is just ruined. The next piece was literally me testing out different styles. So basically there's the Total Drama and then there's me on the side, and I actually really like this one. I actually really like, this is when I started using coloured line art as well. Coloured line art. And the only way I actually knew how to do coloured line art at the time was the long way. So using line work layers and then changing the colour of every single line. It's brilliant. No, it wasn't. Utterly terrible. Every single line work line, just changing the colour of it was a nightmare. But now all I do to change colour of the line work is to create a clipping mask. I had no idea what clipping masks actually were. Well, I think I'd heard of them, but I had no idea how to select them or how to use them, and I had no idea that it would be so simple, but they were. And then one day I just learned it out of the blue without anybody telling me. What do I know about life? But all my old pictures with coloured line art really make me feel sorry for myself, because I put myself through changing the colour of every single line. It's just perfect. So a mermaid picture. I did not do the background, I don't think, did I? No, I didn't. I didn't do the background, but I added some colours, and I blended a couple of colours into it. So I added to the background, and as you can see, I actually have a mermaid that has blue line art, and it's really cool. I actually really like the design of the bra, like with the contrasting colours of the frills. Yeah, see, my brain's not in my head today, but I actually kind of like it. It's actually really pretty. As we get into later artworks, of course they're going to be more pretty. I really don't like this one. I suppose I really like the way the folds on the trousers. I really like the way the clothing folds look, but I really hate the hands. I really hate the feet. I really hate the shading because I know I could do so much better, but I didn't. I really hate the stripes in the hair. And the one thing that I hate the most about this picture is the line weights. Clearly, I had no idea how to do line weights. Just make every line go off into a nice point, please. It's just making me cringe. It's just making me cringe. So this was from a scenario, and obviously Kyle and Amelia as Kyle's evil persona and Andromeda, which is great. Still the line weights, they still burn into my skull. And there's no collarbones! There's no collarbones on Amelia. Going back, you just want to change everything. But you can't. 2015, there was some artworks. There's this one that's really, really random, and it says 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's zoomed in, and you can see that there are some characters. And I think this was a file that I used while I was on holiday, and I was trying to tell people what I usually do on the computer, what I usually do via digital art, and this was like the best way to show them. So open up a new canvas and then just draw whatever I want. And so obviously there are some pictures. That's a cute picture of Loki and Elijah though, I have to say. It's like really cute. It's adorable. It's a shame it's really small. I also started this picture of an eye, which is weird. This is actually a coloration of the thing. It was supposed to be a lineless picture, but I never got around to finishing it because I started university, I was finishing up college, I was basically doing loads of work, which I still kind of am, but I'm now off university until September, which is nice because I get to plan things and I get to film videos that I wouldn't have got to do otherwise, and I'm excited. So yes, I originally did this in blue. And there's a layer that's called brown at the bottom, which changes the colour. I like it blue because I think the original picture was supposed to be of Loki. So this piece is actually from my college work, and you can see it's just the pressure sensitivity is killing me right now. But it was supposed to be a lineless artwork that I did based on a sketch, and it actually has an evil version where there's like a purple overlay on top of it. Oh look, it's the treasure trove of save files. Oh, so back in 2014 I was planning on doing a series of drawing YouTubers in my own style, and I only ended up drawing one, which was Dan. So ta-da. Dan it doesn't even look like him either. Like, comment down below whether you think it looks like him, but like I don't think so. Oh, it looks so bad. I even had this filmed. I think I had it filmed. Well, I'm pretty sure I did. If not, I've lost the footage. I'm only going to show you a couple of things from this, because if I was to show you all of it, then we'd be here all night. Or here all day. Wherever. So, first of all, I'm going to show you this one, and this one is of Loki and Elijah in the Tardis. Now, in early versions, she actually had her own time machine, and she still does. I don't think it looks as much as the Doctor Who Tardis as this one does, but yes, it needed something. Her time machine, more so than not, actually appears in role plays. It doesn't really appear in any of the artworks. So if people want to draw fan art of a speculated Tardis or time machine, yeah, time machine. I wouldn't say Tardis, because this one was obviously heavily Doctor Who inspired, but look at that though, it's so bad. Like the face and the shading and everything. I mean, the coloured line art I like, and the fact that this Zoe knew how line pressure worked. You can tell this was like 2014, because I'd literally just learned how to do this. I was coming into my own with all of it. So, oh my god, it's all so terrible. But this was actually a traditional sketch that I actually coloured. Something that was also a thing that I did back in 2013/2014, I think it was more so 2013 going into 2014, so it was between high school and college, that I did Spyro characters in my style. And like one of those pictures, the pictures of Spyro and Sparks, are actually some of my most favorited and most viewed on DeviantArt to date. So it's all because of those ones that I actually like it. And this picture is of Zoe the fairy. You can see my style just slowly coming into its own here. I'd really like to redraw this one, but I feel like it's too early to redraw this one, because, well, it's 3 years old. It's 2-3 years old, I suppose. I suppose it could be in my sketchbook. It doesn't have to be a video. But if you want the video, you can ask for it. Well, if you want the video, please comment down below. It'd be really, really cool to redraw my Spyro picture series that I did back then. Because I really love Spyro the Dragon. I really do love those games. It's just amazing. Fun fact, actually, if you type in Spyro the Dragon Zoe, as in like Zoe the fairy, but if you just type in Spyro and then Zoe, this is one of the first few images that comes up. It's crazy. So another piece of artwork, I'd say, was this one. Now, I was really, really into drawing Hercules, and Loki, if you're not aware of her personality, she is literally a Meg through and through. She is completely Meg personality, and I've drawn her in the Meg kind of style from Hercules a lot. Back in like 2014, 2015, I think. It's more new. And this is Loki and Nicholas is depicted as Hades, which will probably be great for some people who don't like his character. I'm talking about you, Michaela. So this next picture is actually really, really interesting, because this was actually the collaboration picture that I was going to do with Tatty, with my queen, Tatty 1907. This was the collaboration picture, but it never made it off the ground because we decided to do something completely different. And it was the Death Note. And it's supposed to be light Yagami, but I drew the head and I drew the shoulders, but I just could not get the body right. I just could not get the proportions right, and nothing I was trying with this picture actually worked out at all. So, and it's still really, really bad before anybody comments that it's good. I mean, I do like the head, but as for the body, like, I really, really hate it. So, yeah, it's really interesting that this was the collaboration picture, but obviously we decided on the OCs of Snow School. So, yes, it's really cool. that I still have this on my hard drive. So this one is another picture that I'd really love to redo. It's a picture that I did back in 2013 of Loki, and it's two halves of Loki, her past and her present, and it really makes me cringe that I remember that she has a crown on the one side, yet I couldn't even remember that she has a heart on the side that she's good. It just makes me want to just add that heart in. And interestingly, I have this as my wallpaper when I sign into my laptop, and it works out really cool because half the screen is the good side, half the screen is the bad side, and it's zoomed in on her face, and it looks really awesome as a desktop when you sign in. It's like a hibernation screen. It's not my desktop background, but it is a hibernation screen. One thing I am proud of is this background. Like, I really love the brush that I used for this, and I don't think I have it anymore because I think this was done on my old laptop. I like the background. I might redraw this in my sketchbook at some point. Whether I'll do it like very like the next day, I don't know, or in the near future, hopefully. So some of the last pictures that I actually want to show you, I'm just gonna get both of them up so I can actually show you at once, or there might be a couple of ones. So these last three images that I'm going to be showing, there are quite a lot more, but I don't want this video to be over an hour long. So these are lineless pieces of artwork that I've loaded up. Well, the last one isn't, but the next two, this one and the next one are, and they are mermaid pictures of Melissa and Loki. And this one's Loki's, and as you can see, it's lineless. The one regret I have about this picture is that I did not go into detail. Like, I did not go into full in-depth detail, so I did not go into the texture of the hair properly. I did not go dark enough with the colours, and the shoulders are a bit too thin, and I'd like it to be a lot better. But lineless artwork is like really difficult to do for me because it doesn't really feel natural. Obviously I have to practice to get better at it, but it's really awkward because lineless artwork I've always had trouble doing, and I just really need to keep practicing. Maybe this will be the motivation for me to continue doing it. But I actually really like this piece. It took me so long for both these pieces, but as soon as I finished Loki, and I think it took me over 7-8 hours to do, as soon as I did Loki, it just gave me the motivation to actually do Melissa's. Sorry, it went on to the wrong pictures. It went on to the final picture first. So this is the one of Melissa, and I think it turned out, I suppose, a bit better because Melissa, in proportion, is actually a smaller mermaid because obviously she's shorter. The one thing I really hate about this picture is the head. The head is so big, but in essence, I feel like it's also the hairstyle that I chose for Melissa, like playing some sort of role with that, because obviously she has quite a lot of hair, so she's got to have a substantial head to actually hold it all. Maybe that was partly my fault, but I feel like, as in terms of composition for this piece, it's just too big. Plus, her boobs are a bit too big for this picture. I will say one thing about Melissa though. Her boob size was a lot more so substantial in the beginning. I decided to like make her body type a lot less curvy after this point, because I really wanted to practice with different body types, and I felt like it suited her character and everything more, so that's when I sort of changed it. But at the time that was my drawing style, and that's how I drew stuff like this, so that's why she's like that. And the last and final picture is actually a picture. So we have Rocco and Erica, and we have Reese and Tiger Lily. And these two are digital paintings that I did of both characters. Now it looks as if there's hardly any line work here. That's because I was practicing with how close I could get the line work with the colouring, how close I could get the coloured line art to actually look, and how soft it could be. And I actually really like these two pictures as a whole. The only thing that really bugs me is that Reese's head. Just no. I don't like it whatsoever. But I really like the way Tiger Lily came out. Is from the blue picture, whereas in the pink picture with Rocco and Erica, is that the hair on Rocco's side works a bit more, because works a lot better because his head is actually the right size. It doesn't look like it's been stretched like one of those penny machines does to a penny. And yeah, you can see all of the detail. This was before Erica cut her hair shorter, and it's really cute. I really like the way this one came out. These were both traditional sketches. I'm pretty sure, yeah, they were both traditional sketches. You can kind of see the traditional sketch poking out of Rocco and Erica, whereas the Reese and Tiger Lily sketch is down here. It's over here. I actually drawn the head too big in the first place. Oh, that's probably where I went wrong. In every sense of the word. Ugh. No wonder why. Okay, so I'd like to thank you so much for watching me cringe and tell you about my old artwork on Tool Sai. The reason why there's no Photoshop is because I only used to use Tool Sai. I learnt digital artwork on Tool Sai. I only used Photoshop for like edits and using different brushes, but that is about it. With the Photoshop, I use mainly Tool Sai, so that's why there's loads of Tool Sai files. If I can find any older ones, I will actually make another video. I'll make a part 2. Hopefully this video is not too long. I'll see you guys in my next video. I hope you enjoyed it, because I had a lot of fun cringing. Bye guys.